All right, so we have arrived today, the Dell Studio XPS 8100 model that I bought directly from Dell. I've had the opportunity to work for the last 3 years at my day job on an Optiplex 620, which served me very well. So I figured let's go to the next level at my home computer and continue on with Dell. So what I'll do now is crack this open and we'll take a look at what's inside. All right, first we see more packing material. Came from Dell via FedEx, free shipping. The first thing that we see is the box of peripherals. Let's lay that out, we'll get a closer look. The mouse, the keyboard, I hope it's not too small. Let's open this up later. Take a look at the main system unit. This model, I ordered an upgrade to the VRAM as a graphics artist and multimedia specialist. I like to be able to do work on bigger high-res files and potentially do some 3D animation in Blender. Nicely packed with scant amount of material, not too much waste here, which I like. It's kind of smaller than I thought. It's heavy. Now what I learned today is that there's sort of a nice docking area to set your iPod down. USB ports that are easy to get to, headphone, microphone, sleek, angled back. There we have it. We'll leave the plastic on for now for the time being. Let's take a look at the rear of the unit before we put this on, because as you know, this is where all the business is. There are different configurations available for your Studio XPS 8100, and try to bear in mind that my main application for this is for photoshopping, illustrations, online webcomics, and you'll see other videos on YouTube about this model that concentrate on the gaming aspect of it. And I, will also want to do that, but it's not primarily what I spec this machine out for. Keep that in mind. But this is where the money shot is. And as I look at these inputs, initially I thought that they were Dolby out, and I don't really think that they conform to the Dolby specification, because you've got a shared rear left-right, a shared front left-right, and a shared woofer and center channel, and I don't see how that conforms to Dolby 5.1 spec. And that, I'm sure it'll be a gaming rig that rocks. You can count on that, and you can watch the other videos, one by Mr. Alvarado and Lopez Damo, and they talk about that gaming application. So it's something I will want to do as plan B, but it's not my primary purpose. I'm happy that that stuff is there, though. The two video out, is that commonplace at this point, and what I needed to do was to add this kind of cryptic looking antenna for wireless, because as I mentioned, I don't have wire coming upstairs. It all drops down from the middle of the house downward. Let's plug this in, crank it up, and see how the Windows 7 install goes for us. So this is the home studio where my comic is produced, and what I want to do with this machine in particular, I mentioned earlier, perhaps some animation in Blender. I'm starting to embrace the open source community and the tools that are available there, purely for financial reasons, and these programs like Blender for 3D and GIMP, which is the Photoshop open source variation. I need to test GIMP and see if that's a viable way to do my comic. Alrighty. it looks like we're good to go. This was relatively painless. Thank you to Harrison for assisting. What we want to do is go out to the net, see if it did detect the browser, go out to Internet Explorer, which unfortunately it defaults to. Cool, so it looks like we have internet, and that was, Tiger moves closer to lead. That was about as painless as it can be. Harrison will do a test. Why don't you do a search for my comic, for example, My Life in the Trenches on Bing. I don't know what you'll get, but second link down, okay, there was a book already with that title or something along that line. So there we go. We have My Life in the Trenches. We're running Bing. That's today's comic. And it really doesn't get simpler than that, in my opinion. So for now, let's sign off, and I may come back with some more video feedback, but I don't anticipate any problems. Thanks for checking out the video. If you have some comments, please leave them, and I'll see you next time. This has been Tim's Gear Review.